Hey guys, what's going on? Darryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. Darryl Addison at Torpedopot.com, and we're here to really talk about the kale. I mean, I've had kale growing since last year, and it's been doing just fine. Actually, it's been a source of food that's been extremely reliable. That and the lettuce has been reliable as I go through these winter months, coming through the spring. And we have snow peas that's been reliable too, a reliable source of food. I put about 100 snow peas in one planter, so in that case, they're extremely reliable. I can do it over and over and over again. But they're very thin too, so they don't provide the mass like the kale does and the lettuce does. The lettuce provides the mass. I know a lot of you, when you look at your lettuce, you say, hey, listen, it's thin, there's no way it can provide food. Well, the reason why your lettuce looks that way because it's not grown in a biotic environment. Most of that stuff is hydroponic mess, and it doesn't really take the life of the plant and the soil, put it in the plant. It takes the life of the water and puts it in the plant. So you get a lot of cellular growth, but you lack the biotic environment that you're looking for. So what I normally do every time I come past these things, I cut the tops off and I eat them. And they just grow back and back and back and back and back. You don't have to worry about it. I cut 2 parts off. I can see now they're getting old, so I need to come back and cut the leaves off. Now what I normally do, I cut the leaves off early before they start to turn dark brown or whatever, if you don't want to use them. And there's a little weed in here. Got to do a little weeding in my pot. And this is the extent of my weeding right now. I can't even see it in there, but yeah, I got to pull this weed out of here. And so this is the extent of me weeding my planter. I don't normally have weeds in my planter, but I guess this one chose to be here. Yeah, I don't know what they are, but I know they don't belong there. Okay, let's see if we can do this again. So I normally cut the edges off, the last leaves off the kale, because I know they're going to turn old anyhow. And so I use them before they turn old. I mean, this is strategy, okay? When can you not use your kale leaves? Color changes are due to so many different things that take place, not only in the soil, but that takes place in the plant. So I don't think anybody can accurately tell you when a plant is dead, okay? Because the whole concept of death so it's a new subject. But with that being said, if my leaves are standing up and they're really looking pretty good, they're not falling over, and now, while your leaves are living, you normally don't see rot unless you see an attack of insects and stuff like that. And so a torpedo pot, there's no such thing as, things don't rot in a torpedo pot. They decay. Decay is different from rot. When you have a life expectancy where your plant is reached its full life expectancy, well, you know it only grow one season or 1 year, then it starts to go into a state of decay. And that decay will take place differently for every plant. Some won't produce more flowers, some the leaves will cut back. It impacts the plant differently. So all plants are not impacted the same way. And you have to take a look at that. But for me, as long as I see flush green, I see color, I don't see anything bending over, laying dead, like this leaf right here, it's not dead. It's changed color. And it changed color probably due to this change in environment, or it's gotten older, so the older leaves are getting older. They're not getting the nutrition that they once did. That means it's an aging taking place in this plant. And I love this. So you get to choose what you want to eat, how you want to eat it. Talk to your local gardener if you find out that you are not unsure about what you should be eating. That's an essential thing. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut like I normally do. I'm just going to pop the tips off. And they'll grow right back. They grow back so fast, it's unbelievable. And so I keep doing this to provide myself with a nutritious meal. You see all this coming back up again? So you don't have to worry about food not being there. It will be there. Food grows. And so I'll put those in here. And I'll get the rest of them off. Let's get the rest of these guys. So just because the leaves are tender and the top parts of the stalk are tender doesn't mean that that's the only good part of the plant. You have so many parts of this plant that is worth picking. Let's start picking stuff. So I'm going to go through every plant and I'm going to start just popping off the leaves that I want. Forgive me if you see me being harsh to my plants, but I got to thin them out. Now normally when I thin them out, I have put another plant in here, and I would thin them out that way, because now I have more sunlight available. And in this case, these are pretty good plants. I like what I'm doing here. I like the thickness. I like the colors of the leaves themselves. This is a 25-inch plant. Once you get your soil put into your planter, you don't want to move this stuff around. You don't even want to move the 20-inch. You really want to keep it situated as much as possible. But the 20-inch is a mobile solution, but you have to be very careful about moving it. Yeah, don't worry about it. A lot of this stuff that you're cutting off will grow right back. You're really just pruning it so that you can have food and it can grow. It needs to be pruned back. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Okay, I just wanted to run that through you guys, by you guys, so you can take a look at it, see what we're doing. And cleaning up, just make it look a little pretty. And we do this one also. We have a little bunny rabbit that comes by the house and he eats up all the dead on the ground, and so I don't mind sharing with the bunny. In the morning time, I saw him and his family out there, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'll feed the bunny. I mean, I have more than enough. Especially these old color limbs, they make great food for these animals. Where there's a food source, the animals can come back. This is really the first major picking we've had of this plant, so I don't pick it very often. Found a weed. Is this a weed? No, that's another kale plant. Okay, so we thinned it out pretty good. Looks pretty good, huh? And I'll say we got about a pound of food, pound and a half of food. And I'll weigh it and see what we got here. I'm going to cook this and have a nice meal with it. This is only 2 planters. I've got about 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I had as much as 20 kale planters. 20. So what I'm doing to this one, next one's going to come up, next one's coming. So I will never run out of food. Never run out of food if you plan your garden correctly. And we don't take responsibility for you planning your garden, but we surely are making the technical solutions available so that you can do whatever you want to do. Darren Addison, Torpedopot.com. Bye-bye.